Hi! That is literally the most annoying way I could ever start a video, but hi friends! A few weeks ago, I made a video called Times My IBS Made Things Really Awkward. It seemed like a video you guys enjoyed, so today I am back with more times my IBS made things really awkward. These stories aren't like super embarrassing, like oh my god I don't want to live anymore, like embarrassing. They're just like awkward. You know what I mean? These are times that my IBS made things weird, but I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get into more times my IBS made things just a little bit awkward in my everyday life. Okay, so this first story was literally 2 days ago. My boyfriend Jay and I were out running some errands and we passed a Spirit Halloween store. And since Halloween is coming up, I've been trying to brainstorm like couples costumes we could be for Halloween. And when we passed it, I was like, oh my god, we should go in there. But we were already on our way to go somewhere else. So Jay was like, okay, we'll come back and we'll go in later. And I was like, okay, cool. So then we went and ran a quick errand and then we also stopped to get food. Not thinking that I wanted to go to Spirit Halloween, like I ate lunch. And then we started heading home and we passed the Spirit Halloween again and Jay was like, oh yeah, did you want to go in there? And I looked at him and I was just like, I can't. And he was like, what do you mean you can't? I was like, I can't. Like we just ate. Like I have to go home. And he was just like, I'm not following. And I was just like, no, we can't go to Spirit Halloween now. I just ate. I don't know what's about to happen to me in the next like 10 to 30 minutes. And you think I'm about to go into a Spirit Halloween and possibly have like explosive diarrhea in there? Like hell no. If we wanted to go to Spirit Halloween, we should have gone first. And then I was like truly like kind of flustered about it because like I really wanted to go and look for costumes, but that whole plan was now ruined because I forgot I wanted to go and I ate lunch beforehand and now I needed to wait like 2 hours to see if I would truly be okay enough to go into Spirit Halloween or run any other errands. And he was just looking at me like, are you okay? But we have been together long enough now that he knows to just not ask questions and it's just like, okay, we'll go home. So another way my IBS is kind of making things a little bit awkward for me right now is in about exactly a month from today, Jay's best friend is getting married. Super excited. I can't wait to go. It's gonna be so much fun. And we were hanging, okay, I have to burp, hold on. So the other day we were hanging out with them and the bride-to-be was like, oh my god, we finally picked a menu for the wedding. And we were like, that's great, like what are we having to eat? And so she explained what the menu was and immediately I was like, oh shit, I can't eat any of that. But as the person I am, I kept my mouth shut and I was just like, that's fine. Worst comes to worst, I just won't eat that day and like that's a normal day. Me not eating dinner is like nothing out of the ordinary. But of course, my lovely boyfriend Jay had to step in and he was like, oh, is there gonna be anything else on the menu? And the bride-to-be said something like, well, we're having macaroni and cheese for one guest and one guest only. And she went on to explain that it was for like the 6-year-old who was the flower girl. And Jay looks at me, then looks at the bride and says, deadass says, even though he knew I was looking at him like, don't you fucking say it. He says, do you think another guest could also have mac and cheese? And then he starts doing one of those towards me. And the bride-to-be looks at me and goes, I'm sorry, no, you're an adult. You have to eat what's on the adult menu. I am sitting there mortified. First of all, the mac and cheese option was not any better or any safer than the other options I was presented with on the adult menu. Second of all, Jay knew I was fucking mortified when he asked that. So then I had to sit there and tell the bride-to-be, oh no, like it's fine, I can totally find something to eat, blah blah blah. And then she started asking me if I actually was okay with those options and it just turned into like a whole mess of like, this is your wedding. I am so insignificant in this whole storyline. Please just have whatever you want on the menu and be done. It was so fucking awkward and like that actually makes me cringe and I also wanted to murder my boyfriend that night, but I didn't. He's still here. Let's throw it back a few years to an ex-boyfriend of mine. We had gone out drinking the night before for my best friend's birthday. I was not feeling good the next day. at all. So hungover, a little nauseous, wasn't really sure what was going on inside my body. I went over to my ex's house and we had planned on getting lunch and just like relaxing the rest of the day. So we went to this little like diner near his house that we had gone to a million times. I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew it wasn't gonna hurt me. I was gonna be good. So we go and we eat. We went back to his house to hang out, and then we were supposed to go to a family function of his. And he was super stressed about it because it was like cousins and aunts and uncles that he doesn't really see often and didn't have like the greatest relationship with. But he was so comforted in knowing that like I was gonna be going with him and like it was gonna be okay because we were gonna be together. And like shortly after we got back to his house, I knew I was not okay. Like not okay in the slightest. Like I got so, oh my God, I don't think I've ever been that nauseous in my entire life. And my boyfriend at the time had a like master bedroom. Like he had a bathroom in his room. But I'm so weird about other people hearing me poop. Even though my boyfriend at the time knew I had IBS, he knew everything. I knew what was about to come out of my ass, and it was not gonna be sexy or pretty or cute or anything. And I was like, no, you are not gonna hear this. I should also mention that he lived in his parents' house at the time. Thankfully, his parents had gone out for just a little while during this time. So I booked it down the stairs and I went to the bathroom, in the bathroom that was like in their living room. I went to the bathroom. It was just as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Got violently ill, not throwing up, but like, you know. IBSD was out to play and like it wanted to play for a long time. So I went to the bathroom, I did my business, I felt fucking awful, and also the smell in there was enough to kill someone. There was no Lysol, there was no poopery, there was nothing except hand soap. I knew his parents would be coming home. They hung out in the living room all the time. I knew the smell was gonna trickle into that room. Like as soon as I walked out, I dead ass picked up the like container of hand soap. I start pumping it in to the toilet. I probably pumped that thing like 10, 12, 14 times. And my thinking was, okay, if I pump soap in and then I flush it, the soap particles are gonna go into the air and it's gonna make things like smell good, like Febreze, you know what I mean? No. Instead, what happened was that the toilet started bubbling as if someone had flushed soap down the toilet. If you just looked into the toilet, there was just like little bubbles everywhere. I tried flushing again and again and again. It just made the bubbles bigger and there was more of them every time I flushed, and I was like, oh my God, I just broke their toilet because I pumped 18 pumps of soap into their toilet. And then I heard his parents come home. I left the bathroom. I went back up to my ex's room. I told him what I did and he was just like, why the fuck would you do that? So instead of fixing the problem or, you know, telling his parents what happened or anything, not that I broke the toilet, but like it was pretty sus that it was just like filled with bubbles. I left. I just dipped. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. And we didn't go to the family function. Instead, I went home and actually I died the rest of the day, but I mainly went home because I filled the toilet with hand soap. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, those are just some more times my IBS made things really awkward. But I hope this was funny, and I hope that if you've ever had awkward times in your life due to IBS, just know you're not alone. I still probably have 1,000 more stories, so if you want another one of these, let me know down in the comments. Also, please let me know that I'm not alone in experiencing any of this. Also, make sure to subscribe to the MyIBSLife YouTube channel and to follow me at MyIBSLife on Instagram and Twitter. And with all of that, I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.